Greetings, my name is Felipe Tavares Bocardo. I am a student at BYU Idaho, and I worked as an intern at Built LLC. I worked there for 10 weeks, starting on January 10th up to the end of the month of March. This is a summary of the internship, of the processes, and of my learnings and of the skills that I acquired through this internship. If I were to summarize this internship and my internship experience in one sentence, I would say this internship was mind-opening. It was a lot more about engineering than I first thought, although it is an engineering company, and I didn't think I would be okay with doing as much math. But this internship helped me realize that I would be okay no matter what. And this definitely opened my horizons to what I can and what I can't do. I have learned many things since I started working at Built. Since I started, we jumped right into training, and the process was very smooth, and we moved very quickly, with the exception of a couple details regarding my documentation, since I am an international student. The training, which I mentioned, consisted of 4 main sections, each of which took a week to complete. The first was product knowledge, which we learned about trusses, open web, eye joists, hangers, nails, everything that we produce and provide to contractors that hire us, and how we use each of them and what are the best situations in which we would use them. After that, we moved to load development and calculations. I had taken the statics class at BYU Idaho previous to this training, which helped a lot. There is a lot of common ground between those two, and I definitely deepened my skills in load development with this training. On the third week, we learned about hangers and straps and nails, which sounds a little bit about like product knowledge, but with the difference of having to know what kinds of hangers to choose from each situation. Each eye joist can have multiple types of hangers that can hold a different amount of weights, and the types of nails that can influence on their loading capacity. And last but certainly not least, we had Revit training, and we learned on Revit training the normal tools that you would use usually in Revit, but also we learned a few tools that are custom from Built to the work that they do. Each of these trainings gave us new knowledge about construction and about the way that things worked and the protocols and job instructions of this company. After we completed our 4 weeks of training, we jumped straight into new projects. My first project was a Starbucks, in which my task was to model and design the roof system with the eye joists that we do provide. It was a very simple project. It took me about a week and a half to finish, and the process of this job was very simple. I had a summary of the project and what I needed to do from one of the company workers, one of the company CEOs. I then had a team meeting about the project, all the questions that I might have and that we might have to ask to the contractors, and the knowledge that they might have. I proceeded to do the footprint in a model in Revit, including the calculations of these eye joists, and put a package together and checked by the engineer of the project. The second and also my last project was a a car wash in which I had to do pretty much the same steps with the summary and the team meeting and the modeling and calculus. But in this project, I had two buildings. One was the car wash itself, which they requested us to build a canopy roof, and a office building which had a canopy roof, a flat roof, a floor system at the second floor, and a roof system above that second floor. It was a little bit more complicated, but it also took me about a week and a half. Following to that, on the last week I had the archiving jobs, compiling and organizing files of old projects and the files of the company. Some of the skills that I learned during this internship include Revit skills. I feel like I am a lot more proficient on Revit after this internship, using Revit in a actual job and having to figure out on my own what tools are best in each situation. Organization, both physically in my desk and office, but also scheduling and work organization with the team. Communication and teamwork were two that I used constantly and consistently with our team, both to figure out schedules and to know the information that we needed to know for the project. And most importantly, focus and prioritizing important tasks over smaller tasks was something that I struggled a lot in the beginning of the internship. Focus was something that I struggled by sleeping on. Sometimes I would fall asleep in training sessions, and I've learned to deal with these problems, and there was definitely an improvement in that area. And that was a flaw that I appreciate that I had the opportunity to improve during this internship. I am very grateful for this internship. It was a very good opportunity for me to learn and for me to grow. And I finished this recently on March 20th, on the 10-week mark of this internship. And I hope to see you next time, and this is a summary of my internship on winter 2023 at Red Belt.